Reading with Joan.
Hi kids, we are back on another edition of Reading with Joan. I hope you have fun as you join us as we read the various books we have on the show.
Reading with Joan, the place for all the fun. Creative kids.
Hello kids, hello. This is episode of Reading with Joan. I just love coming back for another again. Don't forget, every Wednesday 6 p.m. you can join us on the Info Hub channel on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram to watch and read with us and to discuss with us about the values we cherish most as children as we're growing up. And today we are still sitting on our book Tales from the Caribbean. We are almost there. Today's story is called The Elephant Drum and it's a folk tale from Haiti. Yeah, this is the first time we are reading a story from Haiti. Are you excited like myself? Yeah. Okay, let's go. There was one old king with 3 sons. The youngest, Emmanuel, was known to be his favorite. The elder two were very jealous of him. There's just like that. Who has said about the story of Joseph? Okay, this is not Joseph. Let's listen. This is Emmanuel. One day, the king became very sick and worried he might die. He decided he wanted to find out which of the sons loved him the most. So he asked each of them how, once he had died, he would celebrate his life at his funeral. The 2 elder sons knew that they could please their dad with their answers and he would reward them well. But the 3rd son, Emmanuel, thought hard about his answer as he wanted to be honest. The 4th son answered by saying, Father, because I love you so much, when the time comes for you to leave us, I would weep and weep and weep. We would have a silent funeral and it would be a shame to waste all your wealth on anything too fancy. Your loss will be so great for me to bear. And after you're gone, I will not allow anyone in this kingdom ever to smile again. Son, I can see your answer. You truly love me, said the king. When it came to the 2nd son to answer, he said, Father, because I love you so much, when the time comes for you to leave us, I will weep and weep and weep. We would have a quiet funeral, as it would be a shame to waste your wealth on anything too fancy. Your loss will be great for me to bear. After you've gone, I will not allow anyone in the kingdom to ever speak again. The first child said, smile again. The second child said, speak again. Son, I can see from the answer you've given that you and your brother love me equally. And the king said to the 2nd son. The king then turned to the 3rd son and asked the same question. Emmanuel answered thoughtfully, Father, he said, truly, I love you very much. But when you're gone, I will not cry. Instead, I will remember all the good times we've shared and I'll be happy. The father felt insulted. You will not cry when I'm gone? He asked. Father, we have had so many good times, said Emmanuel, and for that I'm grateful. The king thought about what his son had said. It is true, son, we've had many pleasurable times. But Emmanuel interrupted him. I will mourn you when you're gone. I will celebrate your life and spend plenty of your money on a big party. The king was taken aback by Emmanuel's words, and the first 2 sons started to nod and smile. They knew that the answer their younger brother had given was not what the king was expecting to hear from his favorite son. They hoped the king would disown Emmanuel and leave all his worldly goods to them when he died instead. Emmanuel noticed that his father looked sad, and in a bid to make him smile again, he said, it will be the finest of all celebrations. We will make feast and party and dance all night to the drums of the Elephant Queen. Now the king began to smile. The drum of the Elephant Queen is a special drum, hidden and sacred in the sacred place. You will do that for me? He asked. Son, I can see from the answer you've given me that you love me more than your brothers. The king was content with all his son's answer, but he liked the answer of Abel's son had given him most. As the day went by, the king became sicker and he called his son Emmanuel to his room. I fear I may not have many days left, my son. You must prepare for my burial. Go and get the drum belonging to the Elephant Queen so we can celebrate my life as you promised. Suddenly, Emmanuel began to regret what he had said to his father. He had become carried away in trying to please his father that he foolishly promised him something that would be impossible to get. He had no idea where to find the drum of the Elephant Queen. It was said in those those parts that whenever it is thundered, the sound of a trembling from the sound of the elephant gathering together to play and dance in a secret and special place. No one knew if it was true, and even if it was, no one knew where this secret and special place would be. How could Emmanuel have been so foolish as to miss such an impossible thing to his dying father? Despite not knowing where to start his search, Emmanuel packed a parcel of wood and set off to the village. He asked everyone he passed if they knew the place where the elephant danced to the drums of the elephant queen. No one knew how to help him. Tired and frustrated, he stopped for a bite to eat. As he ate, a blind beggar with a stick came forward. "That smells good," the blind beggar said. "Please, could you give me a piece of whatever you're eating?" Though he didn't have much food to last him his journey, Emmanuel broke his corn bread from his loaf and gave it to the blind beggar. "Thank you, kind sir," said the blind beggar. "If you were not blind, I would have asked you if you've seen the place where the elephant danced to the drums of the elephant queen," asked Emmanuel. The blind beggar laughed. "Not even those who have eyes have seen such a place," he said. The blind beggar enjoyed his corn bread and then wished Emmanuel luck in his search and went on his way. Emmanuel walked until dark, asking everyone he saw on the way if they knew where he might find the place where the elephant drummed to the drum of the elephant queen. No one could help him. That night he slept in the grass at the edge of the road, and in the morning he woke and carried on with his search. He walked and walked. He asked everyone he met along the way for the direction. No one could help him. At midday, as the sun shone on his back, Emmanuel decided he would take a rest under the shade of a tree. He sat back and took his parcel of food, and as he did so, a crippled man on crutches came to join him. The man had one foot. "Please, could you give me a morsel of what you're eating?" said the crippled man. "I am so hungry." Though Emmanuel had very little food left and not much for his journey ahead of him, he broke a piece of a corn bread from his loaf and gave it to the man. The man was a jolly fellow and had plenty of jokes to share with Emmanuel, but he had no idea where to find the place where the elephant danced with the drums of the elephant queen. "I am better off than you are," said Emmanuel. "You only have one leg and you may not be able to travel far, but though I can travel far with two legs, I still don't know where to find the great drum of the elephant queen." The crippled man thanked Emmanuel for the food and wished him well in his search before he left. Emmanuel walked and walked, asking everyone he met along the way if they knew where he could find the great drum of the elephant queen. No one knew how to help him. Nighttime fell. Emmanuel was feeling cold and hungry. Sitting at the side of the road, he saw an old man by a fire. He called over to Emmanuel, "Come and join me. You look cold and tired." Emmanuel went and sat beside the old man and opened up his parcel of food. "Would you like some corn bread?" he asked the old man, although he knew the tiny morsel he had left was barely enough for one. "Yes," said the old man. Emmanuel broke a small piece of the cornbread into two and shared with the man. "Thank you," said the old man. "How very kind of you to give me this third piece of cornbread. I also thank you for the second piece and the first piece." Emmanuel looked confused. "I have only given you one piece." The man shook his head. "I was the blind beggar with whom you shared your cornbread. I was a crippled man you fed." Emmanuel was shocked. "I am not a blind man or a crippled man or indeed an old man. I am a wizard with magic powers, and I can help you find the drums of the elephant queen." "You can?" Emmanuel said excitedly. "Which way do I need to go?" "First, you must listen to what I have to say," said the wizard. He stared into the fire and spoke again. "Go north across the grassland, and after a while you will get to a giant mammoth tree. You must climb it and wait there. It is there the queen of the elephant plays a drum, and the rest of the elephant come to dance. She will play a drum and they will dance until they are tired, and then they will fall asleep. When they are asleep, you would have a chance to take the queen's drum. You will have to be quick, because if she catches you, you will be done for. I can give you 4 special stones to protect you. Use them wisely." The wizard gave Emmanuel 4 blue stones, and as the fire went out, he disappeared. Emmanuel slept by the roadside, and the following morning he woke up with full excitement, ready to find the queen elephant drum. He went north out across the grassland as the wizard had instructed, until he reached the giant mammoth tree. Then he climbed up to the top and waited all day. There was no sign of the elephant. At night began to fall. Emmanuel could hear the sound of a drumming in the distance. The drumming grew louder and louder until Emmanuel could see the head of elephant approaching, led by a queen. He was so excited to see them that he was also very scared. Supposing they saw him, what would he do? He held tight to the branches of the trees and kept very still as the elephant danced through the grassland and circled the great mammoth tree. And as the queen elephant played the drum, the rest of the elephant danced, linked their trunk, dipped and raised gracefully as a surprising delicate way. Their body moved to the beat as if their life depended on a steady rhythm. The dance went on all night, but eventually the elephant became tired, stopped dancing and slept. And when the last of the elephant was asleep, the queen stopped her drumming and went to sleep too. Once he was sure they were all asleep, Emmanuel climbed down the tree. He found himself in the center of a circle of sleeping elephants. He crept over to the sleeping queen mother and carefully eased the drum away from her. He put it on his head and climbed back over the sleeping elephants and out of the circle. He started to run as fast as he could through the grassland to get away before they wake up. But just when he thought he was safe, Emmanuel heard a rumbling sound. When he looked behind, he saw the queen elephant and all the angry elephants coming after him. Emmanuel ran and ran, but the elephants were chasing up to him quickly. Remembering the special blue stones that the wizard had given him, Emmanuel waited until the elephants were close, and then he threw one of the stones behind him. Immediately, a pine forest grew where the blue stone had fallen, obstructing the elephant's path. Emmanuel ran a little further. "Knock down the trees! Knock down the trees!" the queen elephant commanded, and all the elephants began to knock down the trees one by one. Before long, Emmanuel could hear the elephant coming after him once more. He took another special blue stone and threw it behind him. This time, when the stone fell, a large freshwater lake appeared, obstructing the elephant's path. "Drink up the water! Drink the water!" the queen elephant commanded, and all the elephants began to drink the water from the lake until it was low enough for the elephant to pass. Emmanuel was almost crossing the grassland when he noticed the elephants were coming after him. He took the third blue stone and threw it behind him. This time, a large saltwater lake appeared where the rock fell, obstructing the elephant's path. "Drink the water! Drink the water!" the queen elephant commanded, and all the elephants began to drink from the saltwater lake. For the salt water was making the elephants sick and they stopped drinking. The elephant queen didn't care but kept shouting, "Drink the water! Drink the water!" The elephant carried on drinking the salty water until one by one, each of the sick elephants collapsed on the ground and died. But the queen elephant, who didn't drink any of the water, was still coming after Emmanuel. Emmanuel ran out of the grassland and made his way home. He went straight to his father's sick bed, but his father wasn't there. In the time that Emmanuel had been away, his father had become well again. He was busy walking in the fields with Emmanuel's brother. When he saw his favorite son return, Emmanuel's father was overjoyed and hugged and kissed Emmanuel. "I was foolish to send you off on a dangerous journey to find the elephant's drum," said Emmanuel's father. "I could have lost you. Thank goodness you are home safely." That evening, Emmanuel, his father, and his brother made a big celebration to mark Emmanuel's return. Emmanuel played the elephant drum, and his father and his brothers danced happily, glad to be all together again. Just as Emmanuel played the drum, he heard the heavy trumping on the ground. Angry Elephant Queen had heard the drumming and had found a way to the village. She was headed straight to Emmanuel's father's house. "Give me my drum! Give me my drum!" she cried. And when she arrived at the house, she grabbed the elephant drum from Emmanuel. Afraid of what she might do to him, Emmanuel quickly took the last of a special blue stone that the wizard had given him and threw it on the ground. The large elephant drum broke into many pieces and each became a small drum. The elephant queen too broke into many pieces and each of her became a smaller drum. The pieces scattered all over the land, and that is why to this day there are many drums and drummers all over Haiti. What an incredible story, kid. He made a promise to his father that he was going to get an elephant drum, and he had no way to get it. But there was something we learned from Emmanuel which we can take. Kids, do you know? His kind heart. His kind heart brought the solution he needed for his problem. Kids, kindness is very important. He had small food, but he was ready to share with a stranger. Are you ready to share even the least of what you have today? You will never know the good it's going to bring to you, but it's good to share. And his kindness brought him back home safely. Pays to be kind. So what shall I say? Thank you for coming with me. I'm reading with Joan. We had a lovely time. Oh, thank you. All right. I know I like singing. I hope you enjoy this time with me, and next time we will see you on another episode with another fantastic story. And until then, we want to say bye. See you next time. Remember to be kind this week. Bye bye.